It's Aloha Sunday. Big race was yesterday. Woo! And it's breakfast with Bob
and Pancho Man. We are here at beautiful Four Seasons Resort Hualalai, brought to you by HOKA, One, Polar, Halo, Neuroscience, Velofix. Today's plan, Normatec and Triathlete magazine. Our next guest, her first time here, and she gets the bronze medal, Annie Haug, everybody.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm very tired, but happy tired.
Happy tired.
Yeah, very happy tiredness.
Happy tired. So, when you were growing up, you played everything, all sports.
Yes, I did. My father was a sports teacher, so he wanted me to introduce to every kind of sport.
Yes.
And just wanted to give me a little bit experience in everything. And yeah, when I was 20, I decided to do triathlon. Why not?
Why not? Because you were doing everything else.
Exactly.
And you had success right away.
Not really, because I wasn't a swimmer, obviously. I teach myself swimming, so it took a while, but I was quite successful in duathlon and winter triathlon, everything without swimming. So, but I wanted to have the challenge of the swim, getting my swim done.
Right.
Yeah, and then I worked on it.
And then ITU, for somebody who's is not a great swimmer, ITU is probably the toughest place to be because all the top women are great swimmers.
Yeah, and especially it's like war in the water.
It is, right? It's
Yeah.
hand-to-hand combat because you're jumping off the pontoon, and they usually put the first buoy about 50 yards.
Yeah, it felt like 25 meters to be honest, but
Yes.
it's like a big fight. We always call us open water warriors.
Open water. It really was all about. It was basically no foul, no autopsy, no foul. You just jump in and everybody just keeps beating on each other.
Yeah, you have to dunk the first one you can grab, otherwise you got dunked. So it's like, it was really scary. So I'm very happy now to move to Ironman, so where everything is a little more calm.
It's a little mellower, right?
Yes, it is.
Even with because usually when your guys are racing as a pro, it's a smaller field.
Yeah, is it?
And here is bigger, but nothing like the ITU.
No, you can't compare it at all. Because, the first buoy is quite far ahead after 1.9K, so that's a long way. And in ITU, it's after 200 meters, so everyone goes really, really hard to the first 200 meter because after the turn, the race is pretty much over because then you can't really position yourself anymore.
Right.
So, yeah.
So your swim was 54 minutes yesterday. You had to be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
And what group were you riding with?
We ended up in a very, very big group, so I thought I'm in an ITU race, and it felt quite a bit like an ITU race, so I was quite happy with all my friends from ITU.
Well, yeah, because Sarah True, somebody you raced with.
Henny Fredrickson.
Yes.
Danny passed us, but just for a short moment.
So she was just there for a second and then gone.
Yeah, then she thought, no, she didn't want to ride with our friends.
With us, she had her own friends.
Yeah, she had her own friends in the front.
So you ride along, and then off the bike, your strength is really your run. And running along, where were you off the bike?
I think I was in 5th position,
so
6th
already,
position. Yeah.
Right away, you're close to the podium. And
yes.
But there was some battles there. You had Sarah Crowley, you had Sarah True, and Sarah True. You guys trained together.
And no, we don't train together anymore.
But you raced under with Darren Smith.
Yeah. And we have the same coach right now as well. So we have exactly the same plan, I think, or at least, the same coach.
And she was in front of you a little bit for big chunk.
She was always in front of me. I saw her from the first meter, always 1 minute ahead of me, and I didn't get closer. And until K 35, and then she started struggling a bit. And then.
And I told you the other day, if you get third, you get to come to Four Seasons.
Yeah, that was a big motivation for me, to be honest. On the last weekend, I thought of that. I definitely wanted to be there, so I pushed really hard, and it worked out.
What's been was there a surprise when you transitioned from the Olympic format to the first 70.3 in full? What was the hardest part of all that?
Oh, the hardest part was definitely to ride on a TT bike because it's something completely new for me. And in ITU, you train completely different because you sit in a pack normally, or you have the really, really hard efforts.
Yes.
And now you have to do a constant paced 90K bike ride. So it's something completely different. It's more strength orientated. Mm-hmm. So it definitely needs time and mileage to get that.
And
work.
Did you also have to change in terms of the other workouts you were doing, more weight training, that type of thing, or no?
Yeah, I mean, we put a little bit more effort in strength work, obviously, because I need to get a little bit stronger, because you don't need to be super light anymore, because it's not a swim-run race. The bike is just such an important part of it, and I definitely need to improve. If I want to raise up my game, I have to improve my bike, but it needs time, yeah. That's something you have to train.
Exactly. So you had 2 Olympic experiences. You were in London and then you were in Rio. Compare that to this, we consider this sort of the Olympics of long distance triathlon. Compare those experiences to what you went through yesterday.
I mean, it was amazing, to be honest. The finish shoot, I mean, I was so exhausted that I couldn't really enjoy it. But what I enjoyed was really amazing. I mean, I compare it always a bit with Hamburg, the ITU race in Hamburg.
Yes, it's gigantic.
So the atmosphere was quite comparable. And it was, but it's more satisfying after Ironman, I would say, than after a short course. Because, you are out in the heat for 8-9 hours,
right.
and to see the finish line finally, it's so satisfying, because in ITU you kind of expect that you see the finish line.
There's going to be a finish line eventually. Yeah, it's going to be right around
so
the corner.
it was very nice, and it was like a dream come true.
So from you had a vantage point of watching Daniela come through, and when you see how fast she went, anything she does surprise you?
No, I know she's a champion, obviously, and she can even do a fantastic race, even if she has a bad start. I expect her to smash it on the bike, to be honest. I mean, you could see it in the last years. I mean, it doesn't come from nowhere. She is like improving every year, and she's had an amazing season. So I expect her to go really hard on the bike, and she set the level very high, and it's amazing to see that someone is able to do that. It motivates every one of us to raise our game, and it's fantastic to have her in the sport. She's inspiring to everyone, and she makes us all better.
How do you narrow that gap between where she's at and where you're at now?
I don't know if I can narrow the gap on the bike, but I hope I can improve my bike obviously a bit, and I hope that if I improve my bike and get fitter, that my run goes up a bit more. So I don't think I will be ever able to ride like her. I mean, I'm a completely different kind of athlete. So, but I hope, obviously, that my run gets a bit stronger after the bike. So I hope for that.
Love it. How about a round of applause for our 3rd place finisher, Annie Haug.
Thank you.
Poncho Man, take us out.
It's Aloha Sunday. Start training for next year. Woo! And it's breakfast with Bob.
Poncho Man, I want to thank everybody, Four Seasons Resort Hualalai, all of our sponsors for an amazing week of interviews. HOKA Ona One, Polar, Halo Neuroscience, Velofix, Today's Plan, Normatec, Triathlete Magazine, and to our amazing crew, Poncho Man, John Geffram, Heidi Jansen, Jamie Monroe. Thank you all, and we'll see you next year.
Hello,
Thanks,
everybody.